where we were lying, more and more shipping was on the move. It looked like a traffic tangle to most of us, but then we were only landlubbers and wouldn't know. The go-ahead signal was given the men who waited in planes and gliders. Sky parade that went on from dark right through till dawn, and then on into the day. Island of mild and bitter, of weather they like to kid about, of tidy farms and narrow lanes, was getting smaller and slipping away. Then there wasn't any England at all. Only the channel far below, crisscrossed by our convoys. When we heard the motors or spotted them overhead, we knew it was time to stop counting those hours. Somebody joked about unleashing the dogs of war. There was nice courage in a cigarette. And in the air cover we'd all been hearing about and now could see for ourselves. And in the steel wall the Navy had put up around us. And in ourselves. That's why waiting wasn't as tough as lots of us had thought it was going to be. And then, it began. It was the Navy's show. But our own act was coming up. If I was scared. Well, I was. We all were. Knowing that made things easier. In it together. This was what we've been planning and training for. Maybe it was years. We hit the beach. We were still in it together, those of us who made it. Same on all the other beaches along that strip. We proved something, too. I mean, to ourselves. Now we meant to hold on. The men who had come by air had made their landings, but we wouldn't know the full story till later. Right then, we were sort of busy ourselves. Troops and airborne had been hacking away at the enemy behind his lines. They'd taken their first prisoners before we landed and met up with their first friends. Taken their first trophies, too. We Yanks call souvenirs. The Nazis had been pushed back, and along the beaches, man-made forts were mushrooming up. Into them were pouring supplies, material, manpower. Out of them were streaming the men who used to sing, "We sail against England." They were heading for England, all right, but nobody was singing. Our own men kept coming ashore, reinforcements for those who were pushing on, replacements for those who couldn't. Then the advance became a trail of smashed towns and crushed villages on the road to Cherbourg. The enemy knew we'd need a real fort to take the place of the sand strip landings. We'd have to blast them out, and that's what we did. People whose homes you had to flatten, it made you feel good to come across plenty who understood why, who knew you came as friends. Kind of warfare called street fighting. There were scraps in the open. Then, one day it was over. The harbor forts at Cherbourg gave in, and a little less than a month after we'd started, the city was liberated.